guys, Mazzy. Welcome to or back to my channel. Today I am just gonna do a little get ready with me and yap sort of sitch. I thought I would talk about kind of where I'm at in my life postpartum, like my postpartum journey, and kind of go more into depth with that, as well as talk about my birth experience. I feel like I haven't really discussed that in full detail. I had a very positive birth experience, honestly like a dream birth experience, and it was something that I had always been terrified like all of my life doing, was giving birth, and then it happened to be the most fun day of my life. So this stuff, my holy grail, it's a Glotion. So my son Jude was born at exactly 40 weeks on his due date, which was wild because the morning of my due date I was experiencing no symptoms, and I had a doctor's appointment that morning at 10:30 in the morning on my due date, where they told me I was only 1.5 centimeters dilated, and they scheduled me for an induction that following Wednesday. And that was kind of a bummer because I was really hoping just to go naturally, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. At least I'll know when my baby's gonna be here, you know? So I kind of got myself excited. Me and my husband were like, this could be cool, this could be fun. So as we are leaving the parking lot of the hospital, I start feeling some pain, but I was like, okay, maybe that's just from the cervical check that got done on me. The pain will subside and it'll go away, whatever. Well, it didn't go away, and it progressively got worse, but it wasn't so bad where I was like, oh, I'm in labor. I was like, it's just pain, it's fine. I go see my mom for a little bit, let her know, yeah, I'm getting induced, you know. Then I go home, and when I get home, by the way, this is all within a 3-hour time span. When I get home, the pain it keeps going. But I'm so delulu and in denial because I was literally just told I was only 1.5 centimeters dilated, that being in labor was not even in my head. Like, that was not something I considered because I was just told that I was scheduled for induction. I'm literally on my couch and I'm like starting to like make some noises, you know what I mean? And I'm starting to hold on tight to the couch. And I'm telling Apollinaire, my husband, this hurts. I feel like I'm constipated. I feel like I need to take the biggest poop of my life. So I'm like waddling back and forth from the couch to the toilet. And I'm trying to go to the restroom. And in the back of my head, I'm like, girl, you know, moms explain labor as feeling like they need to poop. But like I said, I was very, very in denial. Finally, it gets to the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna call my labor and delivery and see what they think, if I'm being dramatic or not. So I call them, like, well, if you are in pain, which you sound kind of miserable, just come in. It's, you know, better to be safe than sorry. You never know. Me and Paul take our hospital bags, and I feel so bad because I didn't even say bye to my dog because that's how in denial I was that I was actually in active labor. So we take our hospital bags, we go, and it is bad. And the whole time to the hospital, I'm telling Apollinaire, this is such a wasted time because I'm not in labor. As I'm like literally like holding onto the car door. I'm so dumb. We get to the hospital and I can't even speak. And so they make me get into a hospital gown, lay down, and as I'm like trying to get into the hospital bed, I'm like, and the doctor's like, just breathe slow. It'll help you get through the contraction, okay? I'm like telling him like, it's not a contraction, I'm just hurting, okay? And so the midwife checks me. And it's like, well, congratulations, you're having your baby today. You are 6 centimeters dilated. And me and Apollinaire looked at each other like, no way. When I think about it, it literally gets me so excited. And I clearly still get emotional about it. Yeah, it was just like the most exciting news. Like, I had been dreaming of the moment where they were gonna tell me, you're having your baby. So I was very, very excited. Do you hear that? You literally... Okay, am I okay? They're like, you're 6 centimeters, let's go. So I'm crawling out of the bed, walking down to the delivery room. I don't get an epidural until 7.5 centimeters dilated because I can't think of the name, but the doctor who does the epidurals was performing a procedure on someone else, so I could tell the doctors were getting nervous that I was gonna be too late to get an epidural, but luckily they got to me in time. I got it at 7.5 centimeters dilated, and I was so proud of myself for making it that far, because I told myself, if I can make it to like 4 centimeters dilated, I'll be so proud, you know? I was like competing with myself. I wanted to see how far I could go. So the fact that I made it to 7.5 centimeters, I was like, slay. And then once the epidural set in, 'twas a breeze. I was laughing, I was having a good time, I was chilling. It was a good time. My midwife was just like the best hype woman, and I had the best labor and delivery team. Like, honestly, the dream labor and delivery team. Overall, my labor was about 10 hours, and at 8:30, I started to push, and I felt no pain whatsoever. I could feel the pressure of pushing, but I felt no pain whatsoever. And every time I pushed, I was like, there's no way I'm doing this right now. Like, I've dreamt of this moment all of my life, and the fact that I'm doing it is literally like so surreal. And it did start to get a little bit scary because my baby's heart rate kept dropping. Turns out his umbilical cord was around his neck, and while that was all happening, it was a little bit nerve-wracking for me and Apollo, just because we were like, great, you know. And in my head, I'm thinking this can turn into emergency C-sections, which is not what I am hoping for at all. I kept telling myself as long as I could hear his heart beat on the monitor that everything was okay, and just keep pushing. And so I was listening very, very closely to what the midwives and doctors were telling me. When they told me to push, I pushed. When they told me to stop, I stopped. Like, I wanted to make sure that my baby was as safe as possible. I just wanted him out. I wanted that umbilical cord to magically, you know, unwrap itself, which it did, thank God. Oh yeah, I forgot to put on concealer. It was like a very strange feeling pushing, because I couldn't feel how hard I was pushing. I just knew it was working because the midwife would be like, I see hair. And that was another crazy thing. When she said that, I was like, my baby has hair? Because I was fully expecting a bald baby. He was not bald, let's just say that. At 9:14, my Jude boy was born. And that moment was a little scary still because he wasn't crying. And I knew that something was wrong because they didn't put him on me right away. They took him to like this side table, and they were kind of just patting his back like hard. And so me and Apollo were kind of just like in silence. Like, the whole room was very silent, and we were just like waiting. And then finally he cried. They put him on my chest. I started crying because I was like, ah. It was just like a whole surreal moment. It was like a moment of relief, but also a moment of, this is my baby. How does that make sense? And I don't know how to explain it, but when I looked at him, it was almost like I knew him my entire life, and it was just a matter of time before I got to meet him. I don't know if any other moms have ever experienced that. It was just the strangest thing, and it was the best day of my life. Honestly, it was the best day of my life. And it couldn't have gone any better. Like, I was shocked that he was born on his due date. I was shocked that I got to 7.5 centimeters without an epidural. I was shocked that I was in labor to begin with. It was just awesome. Now, talking about postpartum overall has been great. Definitely way more intense than I ever imagined. I guess I just imagined my maternity leave to be like a little vacay. And I really did, okay? And I'm gonna keep it real for those who are soon to be moms or wanting to be moms who think maternity leave, oh, I can't wait, it's gonna be such like a breeze. I get to wake up in the mornings, have my coffees, play with my baby. You get to do all those things, but not really as elegantly as you may imagine. I thought it was gonna be a breeze. Little did I know, most days I wouldn't even eat until like 1 in the afternoon. I have to wait until my husband gets home to shower. I would be so sleep deprived that I was cry laughing all day long in the first like month. The breastfeeding was very difficult. It's so much more intense than I think some people may imagine. Like I said, I think fooled myself. Not even fooled myself, I just wasn't made aware of how intense. You know, you see all these videos of moms postpartum and it's a highlight reel. So when you see that stuff, you're expecting that to happen to you too. And the reality is it's just not like that. I'm not saying that it's like a negative experience. Like I said, I'm having a great time, but it is harsh. It's difficult. Definitely like the hardest, I guess, phase of my life. Definitely harder than birth, I'll tell you that much. In my experience, it's been rough, but it is true when they say it is a love that you will have never experienced before. It really, really is. I can't even explain it. I mean, he's like my built-in best friend. I like look at him and when he smiles at me in the morning, it's just it's so true when you hear moms say like, you can't wait for them to go to sleep, but then when they go to sleep you miss them. And that's so true. Like right now he's asleep and I'm like excited for him to wake up, even though this morning was rough. Okay, this morning was rough. I'm pretty sure. Well, right now he also has a cold, so he's not feeling so great with that, but I also think he's starting to so. That should be fun. Kind of want to mix in. I'm doing my makeup all over the place today, but I kind of want to mix in this road. I got 2 new road products for Christmas that I'm obsessed. Watching him hit his milestones every month, sometimes every week, is so exciting, and it's just like a level of proud that I've never experienced before. Like, it is so like beside myself and so much more than me. I'm realizing how unimportant I am. Like, I don't know if that sounds bad or not, but like, I'm realizing all the things that mattered to me before, I could not care less about now. And all that matters to me is my family that I'm building, and my relationship that I'm building with my son, and my husband, because he's a new father too, he's new at this also. And I'm also kind of experiencing all of my family for the first time again, watching them be grandparents, aunties, uncles, as well as my husband's family. I'm experiencing them almost for the first time too. And it's kind of like just renewed everything. And I feel like that is something that you should look forward to if you're a first-time mom, or if you're going to be a mom. Like, that is a really like cool thing to experience. Also, my hair, it's not like, okay, I'm lying. I think it is falling out, but I don't know. I'm literally, I don't pay attention to it. I think it's because like when I am like brushing my hair, I have a lot of hair coming out. I mean, time is flying by. He's gonna be 3 months old tomorrow. It's just getting better and better and better, and I am learning to have way more patience day by day. For example, today he was screaming, crying most of the morning, and I didn't really understand why. I didn't know how to calm him down, and then finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna give him some baby Tylenol because I think he's like uncomfortable. I'm gonna give him an extra bottle because if he wants an extra bottle, I'll give it to him. And after that, after the Tylenol and the extra feeding, he's been down, he's been asleep, he's been happy. And that's the thing, as a mom, I'm kind of learning to just go with the flow. Sometimes, you know, it's really easy to kind of envision how your day is gonna go, and that can really set you off when it doesn't go as planned. But as a mom, that is another, like, that's one of the biggest things I've learned, is to just have an open mind that your days are not gonna look the way they used to, and that's okay. Just go with the flow. And if it doesn't go exactly the way you thought it was gonna go, that's all right, because they're just a baby. They're new to this world. They don't have necessarily a routine yet, and every symptom of sickness that they feel, that's something they've never felt before. It's gonna make them upset. Every emotion that they're feeling is emotions they are feeling for the first time. And you know, this world can be a scary place as a new baby, so our jobs as mom and dads are just to be there and comfort them as best as we can. In the beginning, something that I really had to learn very quickly. Well, okay, so before pregnancy even, I was somebody who slept very early. Like, I was in bed by like 9:30, okay? And I slept my 12 hours. And then pregnancy sort of started preparing me like, oh, you're not gonna sleep very good. And then when Jude got here, my sleep went out the window. I had to very quickly tell myself, Mazzy, you are not going to sleep the way you used to anymore. So just accept that now. It's all right. You're gonna get used to it. He'll start to learn to sleep longer, but right now, just embrace it, get through it, and you'll be all right. And it honestly just makes things easier when you accept the harsh reality. This Rhode lip tint peptide, amazing. I want the one in the brown. What is it? It's like the cinnamon one. It's her cinnamon like campaign thing that she did. I want that one. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my little birth story postpartum chat. If you are scared of birth, scared of postpartum, sometimes it is not as bad as you may think. And I will see you next time.